ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mike Larkin, one half of the Steve and Mike Show. Welcome back to the S&M Show Podcast Network. 3 prediction shows in a row for Bound for Glory. You guys can check myself and Andre Corbill out on WrestlingWithWrestling.com and Andre Corbill's YouTube channel, where Andre and I did predictions and interviewed the current reigning and defending Impact World Champ Brian Cage, who will be taking on Sami Callihan this Sunday live at Bound for Glory for the Impact World Heavyweight Championship. And you can check me out with the Total Nonstop Impact guys, Kyle, Trent, and J-Bone, live on the Impact Lounge channel for some Bound for Glory predictions and Impact review. And 3 time is the charm, because we're back with another prediction show, and I got my good friend, one of my favorite people, that is the lovely Miss Nicola McDonald. We're going to be talking some Bound for Glory. Nicola, how you doing today?
Hey, I'm all good. Thank you for having me.
It's always a pleasure. I mean, we have a big pay-per-view coming up. It's this Sunday, live on pay-per-view, October 20th, Villa Park, Illinois, the Odeum Expo Center, which the last time we saw Bound for Glory in Illinois, in the Chicago area in Villa Park at the Odeum, 2008 Bound for Glory, Samoa Joe versus Sting for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship at the time. And here we are, 11 years later, we're back in Chi-Town, well, Villa Park, excuse me, but we're back in Illinois. You know, we're doing the thing, Bound for Glory. Can you believe it's been 11 years, Nicola?
No, that is such a shock. And I remember seeing that as well on the TV, obviously on the TV in the UK, and that was such an awesome match. So I am really excited for this one, because if it was good back then, it's going to be really good this time around, so I'm excited.
Well, yeah, and I mean, what's great with Impact right now is obviously we've touched upon the Access TV deal, which we're going to see right after Bound for Glory. They go straight to Tuesdays, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. here in the States, live on Access TV. Now, what's great about Access TV is you also get WOW Women of Wrestling on Saturdays, along with New Japan Pro Wrestling right after. So it's very wrestling-centric with the Access TV channel. And then, again, for here in the States, I know a lot of us feel this way, it's better than what we have with Pursuit now. They're still going to be doing Twitch shows, but they will be off on Fridays at Twitch at 10 p.m. and what I like to call the death slot, because you're on Friday, you're going into the weekend. It's 10 p.m. Eastern for us here on the East Coast in the States to midnight. I got to say, this is better for them, and, you know, they got Access TV, which they have, and, you know, they're owning, and they bought it. Now, I got to ask you, what are your thoughts on the Access TV deal? It's better for a lot of people here in the States, and it's a channel that reaches more homes than the Pursuit Network did.
That is a lot better than what it was, because I know a lot of people were complaining they couldn't see it or it didn't match up with our time frame and stuff like that. So I think it's awesome. I like and also you've got, like you said, the other wrestling shows coming up as well. So you've got like a whole bundle, like in one night. So that's pretty good. I love it. I think that's cool.
What's interesting is, too, like, I look at the WOW roster and I'm like, how do we not have a relationship with David McLean, the man behind Glow, and WOW Women of Wrestling? Because there's a lot of Impact talent on there. Tessa Blanchard is the current reigning and defending WOW Women of Wrestling champion. You got Jessica Havoc's on the show. Hazard, who is Nevaeh, who is the wife of Jake Christ, is on the show. Adrenaline, the former Diamante, is on that show.
Love Diamante.
Me too. One of my absolute favorites.
I miss her. It really sucked that she didn't end up coming back to LAX, but obviously that's the way it was. But I do miss seeing her on TV, so I'm really glad she's there.
I gotta send you one. She's actually good. Her new character name, for those who are fans of Diamante, Angel Rose, is Adrenaline. She's on WOW Women of Wrestling. The last time we actually saw her on TV, she was actually on NXT. She got another NXT try. We've seen her on NXT against Asuka, but she took on Bianca Belair on NXT's TV and a brief squash, but she got some nice offense in. And here's another one with her. When I see her do the Hurricane Rana, it kind of reminds me of Lita when she used to do it to the guys in WWF, when she was S.A. Rio starting out and then the Hardy Boys. But yeah, I love me some Angel Rose, Diamante, Adrenaline, whatever she wants to call herself. And she's going to be teaming in the WOW Women of Wrestling tournament with her real-life girlfriend. That is Kiera Hogan, who's on that show as Fire. So we get to see Kiera and Diamante both as a unit in WOW Women of Wrestling.
That's going to be awesome. I can't wait to see that. I love them, obviously Diamond, or Angel Rose, or whatever. She's got multiple nicknames now, hasn't she?
Yes.
That's quite a tongue twister to learn rather quickly. But yeah, she's awesome. And obviously Kira's from Impact, so yeah, I absolutely love her. Barring her persona, but I'll get to that part later on with her and Madison Rayne.
Here's the thing that's funny about it is you watch Kiera Hogan on Impact as this heel with Madison Rayne, but then she's a babyface as Fire on WOW. It's like with Alicia Edwards. Like, I'll be honest with you. Are you a fan of Alicia Edwards on Impact because she kind of annoys me with... Because here's the thing with Alicia Edwards. I'm not saying she's bad as a talent because I've seen her work as Alexis Nevaeh when she was in New England Championship Wrestling here in the States on the independent circuit. But with her, it's just everything. Eddie, oh my God, stop! What are you doing? It's like Kevin Hart. No, she wasn't ready. And I'm just like, it's the same fucking reaction. And I'm just like, stop. But then here's this vibrant character. For those that don't know, she's also on Wow Women of Wrestling too, Nikla. She is Sassy Massey. Name coming from, she's a
Sassy Massey.
Yes.
I like it.
Well, here's how the name comes. She's a sassy girl, and she's from Massachusetts. Sassy Massey.
Like it. But I do agree with the whole... Well, you're obviously a man of impressions, as we all know, so I won't try and imitate that, but I do know that, yeah, you're right. She does always sound like she's whinging, especially when it comes to Eddie. Anyway.
Oh, Ace, I can't talk right now. Oh, we'll get to Ace Austin in this show. We will get to Ace Austin.
Oh, seriously, that dude. Yeah, okay. I'll hold that one back for now.
Save it when we get to the X Division match. But yeah, no, but that's the thing with Impact Wrestling.
I'll say it.
All right, cool. But yeah, that's the thing with Impact Wrestling. Big thing is Access TV. We got Bound for Glory. We got All Glory. Here's the thing that gets me, and I will say this about Ace Austin really quickly, because they're doing a lot of Prelude to Glorious Fridays. They got All Glory. They're putting Eddie Edwards versus Ace Austin on that show, and they also put it on Impact. But to me, because with the way that they were building with that storyline, I'm like, and also I was kind of confused with and when I talked with the guys on Total Nonstop Impact, with the Impact Lounge, why the hell is this not on Bound for Glory? Why are we saving it for Impact as an X Division qualifier? And I know we got Reno Scum in the picture as well, which we'll get to, but it's just like, why is this match not on Bound for Glory? You would think they would want to put it on the pay-per-view.
Yeah, you would, wouldn't you? But they don't seem to have. Maybe they've just thought, oh, maybe this isn't working, we'll drop it. But he sucks anyway, so yeah.
It kind of reminds me of, and this is not to the extent because he's no way in this wrestler. But I remember in WWE 2006 when The Undertaker was in that god-awful feud with the Great Khali. Oh my God, that's bad memories. But yeah, so he's feuding with the Great Khali, right? They haven't beat him on pay-per-view, and then they just continue throughout the summer. They were supposed to be a blow-off match at SummerSlam 2006, but they're like, these matches have been the shits, so what we're going to do, we're going to end it on SmackDown. And they ended the match on free TV as opposed to pay-per-view because that feud was not working. It was terrible.
It sounds it.
I don't recommend anybody go back to watch Undertaker and Great Khali 2006. That was the shits. I remember as a 14-year-old kid at the time, oh, it was bad. Bad memories. But anyway, what's good memories is we have a lot of action, high-octane aerial assault, and a lot of grudges, especially with the main event. So, Nikla, let's hop right into this card. Let's start with the tag team title match as the North, All Ego Ethan Page and the Walking Weapon Josh Alexander take on Rich Swann and Willie Mack and Rhino and Rob Van Dam in a three-way tag team match for the Impact World Tag Team Championships. I'm going to say this, Rhino and Rob Van Dam, you got the veteran team, and, for me being an ECW guy, the few that they had in ECW, and then, I remember they did a match in Impact as well, but seeing these two as a team is kind of cool because obviously it's the ECW originals, it's the veterans, but I'm just used to them like going head to head, you know what I'm saying? But then you get Rich Swann and Willie Mack, and that's a very vibrant team. We saw, and he'll bring it up, and I'll say it here, I know he doesn't mention the other guy, but last year at Bound for Glory, there's history. We saw Rich Swann and Willie Mack beat the team of the time of All Ego Ethan Page and one Matt Sydal. So there's history there with Rich Swann and Willie Mack and Ethan Page, but Ethan Page saying, hey, I got a different tag partner this time. I got my boy. I got Walking Weapon Josh Alexander. But in this matchup, I'm going to say the Rich Swann and Willie Mack feud will continue, and I'm going to say the North, All Ego Ethan Page and Josh Alexander retain those tag team championships. Now, for you, what do you think about the North? I'm going with them to retain. What do you think about this matchup?
I like the matchup. Obviously, I'm a huge RVD fan, huge Rhino fan, but Willie Mack and Rich Swann, I can see them finally beating the North. Now, I don't hate both of them. I only hate Ethan Page. The other guy is awesome. I love watching him, but yeah, I'm not, as we all know, I'm not a fan of him whatsoever. But I do think, or I'm hoping, that Willie Mack and Rich Swann take the tag team titles off of them. So, yeah, we shall see. But that's who I want to see because, like you said, there's history between all of them in that ring. Each and every one. So it's going to be a good match.
I agree, but like I said, I think this is, and I think you would agree, this is like the North's time right now. They just got the titles.
Yeah.
They've only for a little bit. So yeah, keep it going right into the Access TV tapings. And I will say this to you, if anybody hears like a little noise in the background, where I live, there's an airport about 7 minutes away. So if you hear planes over the over the house here. Everything's okay. It's just people coming in. Please spend your money. Travels, vacation, all I ever want. Little go-go's. Hell, they put on some Foo Fighters. Make my way back home and learn to fly. I'm looking to the sky to save me. But anyway, I digress. So, go to the next match.
Also, I'm going to say this as well in case you may hear my son in the background every now and then because he's on his Xbox next door to where I'm doing this, or my daughter might appear, or my other. So if you hear any noise, it's just them checking on me right now because obviously of what happened yesterday. So they're just checking in every couple of hours or every now and then to make sure I'm still, okay and can talk and drink and eat. So yeah, just in case. They have a habit of appearing whenever I'm on podcasts, as we well know.
Yes, all good. But yeah, love to the family, and that's awesome. So,
of course.
Next matchup. Well, here's the thing. We don't even know who the hell's in this match. It's the Call Your Shot Gauntlet match, and where the winner could choose any championship match of their choice. I said it with Andre and Brian Cage, and we didn't really touch upon it on Total Nonstop Impact, because we didn't even know, as we're recording this, it's Wednesday, we didn't even know who the hell's in the match. Obviously, it's where the winner could choose any championship match of their choice. So I'm going to say we're going to see a Rosemary in here. We're going to see a Jordynne Grace. We're going to see some knockouts in this. We're going to see a lot of tag teams, X Division, heavyweight wrestlers. And I just went out the box because we've seen them on TV every week. I'm going to say Fallah Bahh gets the win, and him and TJP go for those tag titles against the North. That's just my personal favorite, because Fallah Bahh, he's worked hard. He's lost a lot of weight in Nikla.
Love that guy. Love that guy.
Yes.
He's so cool. When I used to tweet on a Friday with Impact, he would always interact with me, always, and it was really funny because he'd send little pandas through if we were saying he was awesome or he'd done a move or something, and he'd always reply with a panda. So yeah, we love the panda, Fallah Bahh, no matter what.
Yeah,
Bah, as you said.
Bah, yes. And now he's talking. He's with his fellow Filipino brother, that being TJP. And, yes, I'm going to say Fallah Bahh wins this, and him and TJP get a shot at the tag titles. Now, we also could see a female in this, and I know you're a big fan of Rosemary. We could see Rosemary win this, and she can challenge, well, we'll get to the Knockouts title match in a minute, but I'm going to say this. We could see her challenge Taya Valkyrie. We see the interactions with her and La Güera Loca, Taya Valkyrie. But for me, I got to go Fallah Bahh. Who you going with in this one?
Well, obviously, like you've just said, I am a huge Rosemary fan, but I also love Jordynne Grace at the minute. She is just, I'd like to see. So my minute with them two would be, obviously, I'd like to see either one of them two, but I do want to see Rosemary try and get the title, as obviously they seem to have missed that and gone on to someone else. So that's very frustrating, but at the same time, it's the way it works, isn't it? So hopefully, Rosemary, obviously.
All right.
My demon friend.
Here's the thing. What's interesting is, first of all, you mentioned Jordynne Grace. How about Katie Forbes? We've seen Katie Forbes, who also was on WoW as Chloe Hertz with the rats, the male rats, not those kind of rats people, carrying her to the ring. Now we got Katie Forbes appearing on Impact, the girlfriend of one Rob Van Dam. She's twerking. Dare I say, to quote Ricky Martin, she's shaking her bonbon. We're talking about country music, honky tonk, but donkey donk. She's doing her thing. Here's the thing with her. She's beautiful. She's got that ass like that. I'll quote Eminem off the Encore album here. But she's got that badonk. She's got to shake what your mama gave you. But yeah, she's great. I mean, for her size, she's in her stature, she's very good. She's got the assets, if you will. That's my final pun there. But she's good. but she's good. But she's good, and I have to say this, and I'll give one final promotion here. If anybody, what's great about what I do with these podcasts is if you want to check out Lingerie Fighting Championship, which I host the podcast for, Katie Forbes actually did a MMA fight with the Lingerie Fighting Championship against Sheila Crash Cardinal. That's an LFC 27, sexy, nerdy, inked, and curvy. I'll put the link for everybody to check that out. But yeah, Katie Forbes, what do you think about her? She took on Jordynne Grace. I was impressed. I like Katie Forbes a lot.
I was impressed. They both gave as good as they got. And also, I'm going to say this. I listen to all of your other shows,
Thank you.
They are all awesome. So anyone listening, check him out, because trust me, you won't be disappointed.
Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, but yeah, it's Beauty, Strength, and Dominance links will be in the description. So you can see Katie Forbes doing her thing, looking as only as she can look, to quote the Nature Boy Ric Flair, and some lingerie doing her thing. But yeah, with her, you would think that Rob Van Dam, she should be there. And that's the thing, because I mentioned she's on WoW, and I think she'd be great for the Knockouts division. And on a side note, what did you think about the Swing Man, who will probably be in this gauntlet match? Johnny Swinger, he's back telling, hey, me and Rob are old boys. We go back to ECW. And she's like, I date Rob Van Dam, right? Hey, we're boys. ECW guys. The Swing Man. What do you think about Johnny Swinger as this Swing Man character? He's like stuck in the 80s.
Yeah, no, he really does. He looks like basic, because obviously I was born in the 80s, so that's quite amusing that he's dressing like it. But yeah, I think it's hilarious. I like him, and yeah, I think he's going to bring a lot of fun to it as well. So yeah, I do like the character. As long as he's not impersonating Joey Ryan, we're all good.
Nah, he's kind of like a sleazy Don Johnson, and Don Johnson was cool as hell in Miami Vice. But he's kind of like he's kind of like a sleazy Don Johnson. Hey, the swingman, look at these Ritz ads. Woo, yeah. I mean, he's saying all the carny terms of wrestling. But yeah, here's the thing with Johnny Swinger. When his last tenure, when he was in TNA in 2004, I remember him being part of the New York Connection. That was him. It was one Glenn Gilberti, aka the Disco Inferno. Big Vito was in there. Trinity, one of the original knockouts. And then we saw him come back in 2010 for Impact at the, I believe it was Extreme Rise. Oh no, Hardcore Justice, excuse me, for Impact. Yeah. And we haven't seen him since. Yep. I know he's been doing like the Twitch shows at BCW. He signed with WWE in mid-2005 very briefly. Johnny Parisi was his name there in WWE. He was mostly on Heat, but he had like a very brief run there. But yeah, Johnny Swinger, I gotta say, he looks in great shape. He's in his early 40s. Yeah, he's doing his thing. The Swingman. Swingman's coming at you. Yeah.
Swingman. I like it. The Swingman.
The Swingman. Johnny Swinger. That's all good. No, but so we'll go to the next match because we did the North. We did followed by you got Rosemary. We're both kind of on the same page in a way with our wavelengths. Now this is where it gets interesting because I'm going to switch it up here. We'll get to the ladder match in a second because I want to do that next for the X Division title. But we got a 6-man tag match here, Nicola. We got the Rascals, we got Desmond Xavier, we got Trey Miguel, and we got Zachary Wentz taking on the legendary Dr. Wagner Jr., and we found out his two partners are going to be none other than Aerostar, who we've seen in Lucha Underground, and we've seen him take on Drago last year at Impact's Redemption pay-per-view, and Taurus, who we saw in AAA and we saw at the Mexico taping. So I got to ask you, what do you think, first and foremost, before we predict the match, the additions of Aerostar and Taurus as Dr. Wagner Jr. tag team partners?
I'm loving it because I love Aerostar and I love Dragner, is it? Drago?
Oh, no. Well, yeah, Drago, but he was there last year, but he's not in this. Taurus is the guy that's with Aerostar. But
Taurus.
No, you actually bring up a great point because for those Lucha Underground fans out there, Drago and Aerostar were a great team in Lucha Underground.
Yeah, they were. Because I used to watch Lucha Underground. But yeah, Aerostar, I love watching him fight. He is just amazing. He's out of this world. He's a high flyer as well. And as we all know, I like high flyers. And I love just watching them dive everywhere. I actually wish I could do what they did. But I can't. I know I can't, but it'd be fun. But I love the fact they're both in, all of them. I love the newcomers. I like all of that. I love it when they do this because it makes it a bigger show and there's always a massive build-up. So I'm loving it. So yeah.
No, you're like McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba, I'm loving it. I see your style. All right. So we get to this match. It's high octane. It's aerial assault. But here's the thing with the Rascals. They already lost to the Daisy Hit Squad on Impact. And I'm like, all right, Daisy Hit Squad's coming out of the feud with the Deaners. But you're also building this big match with the Rascals, and you have them take the L. You have them have an L in the loss column there, Nicola.
Yeah, I know. They haven't really been seen that much, have they? Like, normally you see them in their little hut and whatever else. And by the way, I still say this, and I wrote it on Twitter, I want to hang out in that hut with them just for the fun of it. Just to laugh at Desmond Xavier. That would just make me crack up.
And you also want to get high, Nico. Let's be honest. You want to get high.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, obviously, no. Thanks for that one.
You're like Afro Man. You're like Afro Man. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, but you're like Afro Man. I was going to clean my room until I got high.
Oh, then I got high.
Yes.
Yeah, I know that song. But yeah, no, I think that there needs to be more build-up as far as they go. It's just like they've just appeared and this is what's happening. So, but I do love the Rascals, all three of them. They are brilliant.
All right, but for me,
obviously.
Well, I'm going to say, from your prediction there, I'm thinking you want to get the Rascals to win, get them the rub against the legendary Dr. Wagner Jr. and his team. You're going to go Rascals?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
All right. Well, here's the thing with the Rascals too, because I think they need a big win here because, like we mentioned, they lost to the Daisy Hit Squad. They lost to the North. They didn't win the tag titles. But here, there's a big win for Rascals. Get them over the legend. But I'm going to say this right now, and I want to see if you agree with me on this. I'm going to say Taurus takes the pin. He's going to take the L for the team.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, definitely. I agree.
All right. So Again, same wavelength. We got the Rascals in this, but we move on to another matchup here, Miss Nigel and McDonald. And are you ready to talk about the Knockouts Championship match? It's La Güera Loca! Taya Valkyrie defending against Tenille Dashwood, the former Emma of WWE fame. We've seen her in Women of Honor. Here's the thing with her. Like with Women of Honor, she was in the Women of Honor tournament, but that division has mostly been around. Okay, so what's interesting is Sumi Sakai was the first Women of Honor champion, then Kelly Klein, then Mayu Iwatani, then Kelly Klein again. Then Angelina Love recently just won the Women of Honor title. Now Kelly Klein won it back from Angelina Love. So that division has mostly been around Kelly Klein and the Allure. It was now Angelina Love and Mandy Leon, for those that follow Ring of Honor. Are you familiar with the Allure that they're doing there with the Ring of Honor?
Only from what I listen to on certain podcasts. So yeah, I listen to Max, so I always find out from there what's going on with that. But I'm not 100% sure exactly. I only know what I listen to, so yeah.
All right, but yeah, they're good, and mostly that Women of Honor division is mostly Kelly Klein. I love Kelly Klein. I mean, we got here's the thing about her. What's great about the nickname is the Pretty Badass, because she's pretty and she's a badass. She kicks ass. She looks good while she's doing it. You know what I'm saying, Nigla? How about some marketing right there?
Yeah, definitely. I agree. She is badass.
Kelly Klein. Love me some Kelly Kleins. But I digress before I get into my ways here of Kelly Klein and dreaming of K Squared, if you know what I'm saying. But again, digressing. We got two knockouts that I'd like to dream about. We got Taya Valkyrie. We got Tenille Dashwood. There's history here because they've trained together. They fought each other around like the 2009, 2010 time period. And I'll be honest with you, with this run with Tenille Dashwood so far, I'm kind of like meh with her in Impact because we've seen her against your favorite duo of the leader of the knockouts. The locker room leader, that is Madison Rayne, and the girl on fire, that is Kiera Hogan. What do you think about what we've seen with Tenille, Madison Rayne, and Kiera Hogan?
I'm glad she beat him, to be quite honest, because at the minute, with the whole Madison and Kiera thing, and I'm sorry to say it just reminds me of a knockoff of the Beautiful People.
Yeah.
But instead it's now Madison and Kiera. And obviously there was someone else, but they kind of kicked her out. I forgot what her name was. I don't remember who it was, but she was in a three-way match a couple of weeks ago, so with them. But I really hope that... I actually love what she's doing. She's just destroying them. It's like one by one. It's like, get out of my way, get out of my way, until she gets to Taya. So, yeah, it's pretty good. I like her. She's really cool.
You know what it is, too? I think you're talking about the Mexico tapings where they had, like, the three-way there. Not the three-way, I'm sorry. The six-woman tag, yeah. What's interesting, too, with Madison and Kiera Hogan, it's the Mean Girls thing. It's the Mean Girls, Lindsay Lohan, Rachel McAdams will be here all day. But it's very Beautiful People-esque, and I know a lot of people compare the Beautiful People thing with the Allure, because in our Ring of Honor, it's Mandy Leon, it's Angelina Love, Velvet Sky was in there as well. But... yeah. I gotta tell you, I dig it. It's one of those things where, and also to make a WWE reference, it's Lay Cool. It's Michelle McCool and Layla, but it's one of those things where people can relate to it, and they can obviously hate it because we've all gone through that in school or in life. It's very relatable. Oh,
so, of course.
Yeah.
We've all been there.
Exactly. So we see that, and it's just like, we've seen them go against Jordynne Grace. We've seen her go against Tenille. Well, with her, it's just kind of like I haven't been like, she's had that match with Kiera, she's had this stuff with Madison. I've kind of been like, with her as this babyface thing. You know what it is, too? Because when I saw her in WWE as a heel, when she was with Dana Brooke in NXT, when she was going against the likes of Asuka and doing her thing on the main roster, I think she's a better heel than she is a babyface. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I've kind of not been digging this face run, and I'm going to say this right now. I think there's still unfinished business, as we mentioned with Taya Valkyrie and the demon herself, that being Rosemary. I gotta say, Taya Valkyrie, La Güera Loca, retains here and continues one of the longest reigns in Knockouts Championship history. The longest reign. Nigla, who you going with? You going with Taya or are you going with Tenille?
I'm going with Taya because, as you just said, I was about to say the same thing. She's the longest reigning Knockouts champion so far to date. So I actually wanted to see her keep her title, but then obviously my reasoning is so then Rosemary can actually finally go after it and take it back again. Because obviously before Taya, she was one of the other longest, wasn't she?
Yes, she was.
Or is that wrong?
Well, before Taya, Angelina Love was one of the longest ones with the most reigns.
Oh, that's it.
And Madison Rayne, too, was also in there. So it goes back to the Beautiful People.
Yeah, true. But I just want to see Rosemary do a bit more than what they're doing with her right now. If you know what I mean. I want to see her come back and be more demon-y if you know what I mean. Not because at the minute she seems to be more. Well, she won't meet Taya for mojitos, will she?
Yeah, get some mojitos, get some pina coladas. Taya's looking to have a spa day with the demon.
Yeah, I saw that, and she was like, "Do you not answer your phone?" And Rosemary was just like, "No." It just made me laugh. I was just like, "That's something I'd do."
Well, yeah, I think it's because, and we saw her appear at the wedding and how she looked, but it's like they're kind of humanizing Rosemary a little bit. And it's like...
Yeah, they are. Why is she at a wedding? She should be destroying the wedding. But then again, somebody else did that, so it didn't matter really. She didn't have to take that role, did she?
We'll get to that at the end of this with the predictions. But yeah, we'll talk about that. And also, of course, the great sinister minister that is James Mitchell, presiding over that wedding.
Yeah, I know. That was brilliant. I thought that was really cool because obviously he's only in it when it comes to Su Yung and Havoc. So it's been quite... And obviously if Rosemary's giving him hell, but other than that, you haven't seen him.
Well, speaking of Su Yung and Havoc, I mean, we still don't know the status of Su Yung. What's the dealio there? So we're going to see more with Su Yung and Havoc coming up soon too.
Yeah, I was thinking that, like the other day when I was watching it, that she was hung, then she's in hospital, then she's back again, and then nothing. So it's like, where did she go then? If you know what I mean, it's like kind of curiosity. Whether she'll appear at Bound for Glory. That could be cool, though, if she does do that. Reappears again and then starts beating on Havoc. Because obviously she's got unfinished business. So, yeah.
I'm excited, though. I am to see where they go with that. Well, I believe the next pay-per-view after Bound for Glory is Homecoming in January. So, hey, we can build something to Homecoming.
Yeah, I hope so. That would be cool. Because I love Su Yung. Obviously, as everyone knows, I like all the demonic characters. Really. They're all kind of like... cold to me, so you know what I mean.
Oh yeah, Nicola, you're a crazy ass bitch. Woo! Alright, let's move on to the next match.
I love you too.
Let's move on to the next match. Alright, Nicola, it's about that time. We're about to get onto a little rant here. Intergender ladder match for the Impact X Division Championship. It's Jay Chris defending against Tessa Blanchard, against Daga, against Nicola's favorite wrestler of all time, Ace Austin, and TBA. Now, this Friday, as we're recording this on Impact Wrestling, we have the final qualifying match. It is Rohit Raju, member of the Desi Hit Squad, taking on Sabu. Sabu is going to be in this. He's coming back.
Yay, I love Sabu. I don't care how old he is. He can still kick the crap out of people, so yeah.
I like how you say I don't care how old he is. I like how you say I don't care how old he is. He'll bring the genie with him, you know, the whole nine. He'll bring Melissa Coates with him. It's cool.
Of course. He has his genie everywhere he goes, don't he? Yes. So, you know, it's quite cool.
Yeah, somebody play the I Dream of Genie theme. There you go. Oh, my goodness.
Sorry.
Thank you, Nicola. So, all right. For me, well, I'm going to say this first and foremost. I'm going to say this for that final slot. I'm going to say it's going to be Rohit Raju. Who are you going with, Rohit or Sabu?
Sabu.
I know you want to see Sabu in there. Okay, all right. Well, you know what? You know what it is too. I think the last time we saw Sabu go for the X Division Championship was like over 12 years ago, 2007 Lockdown, when he took on Samoa Joe, and Samoa Joe threw the chair at his finger and part of his pinky came off in that matchup.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That was well bad. I think I sat there going, "Oh my, that really wasn't meant to happen, was it?"
No, you just
kind of one of them moments and ouch.
Yeah, like part of the finger came off. I believe it was his pinky. And as someone who's broken their pinky twice, it's not fun. So he throws the chair right at him. Then he hits the muscle buster, and Samoa Joe wins. But yeah, that was Lockdown 2007. We haven't seen Sabu get an X Division Championship match in probably 12 years. Or if somebody can tell me that it was more than 2007, that's cool. But yeah, that's the one that really sticks out in my mind when they had Samoa Joe and Sabu. That was a badass match.
Yeah, no, it really was. Even I was glued. I think that was one of them nights where I actually had my neighbours knock, because all my old neighbours, I'm not there no more. But yeah, they knocked because I was being too loud, because I was physically screaming at the TV. Or me and Dave were at the time. So yeah, we got told off, unfortunately, for screaming. But oh well, that's what we do.
True, but just for the record, I know you love your new neighbours now.
Oh, what? Yeah, they're great. Yeah. They're not so keen on me, but oh well. Lesson learned. Don't interrupt when I'm outside.
So, Rohit Raju or Sabu. I'm going Rohit. You're going to go with Sabu. Either way, that final spot will be filled this Friday coming on Impact Wrestling. All right, for me, here's the common choice. I'm going to say Tessa Blanchard, like we saw Medusa in WCW with the Cruiserweight Championship, like we saw Jacqueline in the WWE with the Cruiserweight Championship. I am going for Tessa Blanchard to win that X Division Championship. Now, another person who I can see because he's got his boys with him in Reno Scum, man, how pissed off would you be if Ace Austin wins the X Division title?
Seriously, I'd throw something at my TV. I cannot stand that dude. You know how I feel about him. He's just cocky, he's arrogant, and he needs to be buried alive, basically. That's the best way to put it. He's an arse. And he likes getting under Eddie Edwards' skin, and then he's doing other shit. No, I hope he loses, and I hope they severely hurt him. All Each right. and every one. But Tessa Blanchard is going to... Oh, Blanchard, sorry.
That's okay.
Is going to destroy him. I hope she hits him with a stick. Seriously.
Okay. Stick hitting aside, let me put this on the thing. You and I... Here's the thing, and I'll say this with this feud. I kind of like it because I understand the story that they're telling with Ace Austin. He's this young guy, and, he wants to bang Eddie Edwards' wife, Alicia Edwards. He's the young guy. He's the young, good-looking dude. Well, I don't even know. All right, here's the thing. I'm just going to put this out here. Ace Austin kind of reminds me of one of these emo dudes that has, like, Sum 41, Newfound Glory, and freaking Simple Plan on their playlist. I'm addicted to you, heartbreaker. Kind of like that type of deal. So he's got, like, a mixture of that, and then they just paint their fingernails. But he's one of those kids that likes to try to, like, follow a bandwagon. And what I mean by that is he's like the ones, like, he doesn't really have, like, you listen to rock music and all that, and it's like, there's storytelling with it, but he's just like the ones that just want to follow the band. So it's like, Mommy didn't give me my allowance this week. Let me write a song about this. My mom didn't give me my allowance. I'm going to go to the rock show. I want to make you my girlfriend. And then that's type of crap that he would write. I know that's some people are going to get really, really angry that I did that, but hey, it's true. You don't tell me people that you don't know people exactly like that just want to follow the trend. Whatever. I digress.
You tell it.
So we got the dude with gauges and his stupid purple hair. With a stick.
Stupid purple hair, yeah. I forgot that part. He's stupid purple hair, yeah.
He just looks...
Look, it looks good on us girls, right? And some men, yeah, it works with. But him, he just looks like someone who's just woke up and been dragged for a bush sideways.
And here's the thing. He's got his mini hose in the front row there, and he's kissing on in the whole nine. And I'll get to the T-shirt in a second. By the way, here's the thing. We touched upon this on the Impact Lounge. And J-Bone, you investigative journalist, you. And I had to look it up because of someone who's interviewed people in this set industry, because, of course, and I'm a male. Dagnabbit. The girl that was in the front row was Kendra Cole, who is also a adult film star. And she actually tweeted, "So, you all really want to see me have sex with that wrestler, huh?" That's what she tweeted on her Twitter.
Oh, my God, really?
Yes, so one of the girls in that was Kendra Cole.
Get yourself tested after you've done that, love. Seriously.
They're kissing. All right, and we'll get to the shirt here because it was a big part of his entrance last week against Eddie Edwards. Ace Austin 316 says, "I just banged your wife." I get it. One of the most iconic phrases. Yeah. Stone Cold Steve Austin beats Jake the Snake Roberts, 1996 King of the Ring. Talk about your songs. Talk about John 316. Austin 316 says, "I just whipped your ass." That set off the Attitude Era. And here's the thing. It's not 1997 when the late, great Owen Hart. Him and Stone Cold had that Intercontinental Championship match at SummerSlam. Owen Hart drops Stone Cold Steve Austin, pile driver, breaks his neck, gives one of the, and Austin will say this himself, one of the ugliest schoolboy roll-ups ever. Dude's damn near paralyzed. He's holding the belt, but he can barely stand up, wants to walk out on his own accord. That shows the toughness of Stone Cold Steve Austin right there. When people saw Owen Hart come out with Owen 316 says, "I just broke your neck," on a t-shirt, everybody's like, "Oh my God." It's shock and awe. With this, it's just, all right, here's the thing. In 2000, when Triple H, Stephanie McMahon, and Kurt Angle, when Kurt Angle's trying to be like, "Where's it written that a guy and a girl just can't be friends?" And Triple H was like, "Dude, I know you're full of shit. I know you want to have sex with my wife. I know you want to get all up in that and get with my wife," that being Stephanie McMahon. You get that. You understand that. When Kurt Angle's trying to be like this squeaky clean Wally Cleaver, like Leave It to Beaver act, trying to be all nice and friendly with Stephanie McMahon. Yeah, I bet you want to be nice and friendly there, Mr. Kurt Angle. It's true, it's true. But then we move to 2005, and here's where Kurt Angle gets in this. It's kind of like his program with Booker T in 2005. Now, Nicola, do you recall what his promo was with Booker T in 2005?
No, Not off the top of my head, no.
So to educate the people, in mid-2005, going into the Judgment Day pay-per-view, the feud over with Kurt Angle and Booker T was, Kurt Angle flat out said live on SmackDown that Booker T, I want to have bestiality sex with your wife. This is the equivalent of that with Ace Austin and Eddie Edwards.
My days.
So when Ace
I
Austin
remember
says,
that.
Yeah, so when Ace Austin says, I want to bang your wife, I immediately go back to Kurt Angle saying, Booker T, I just want to have bestiality sex with your wife. And I'm just like, oh. And he's faking it. And don't get me wrong, the dude's an athletic dude. I'm not taking his athleticism and ability away. Because it's true, he does have that. But, yeah, I know, he's faking it in the wheelchair. He's trying to help her out. Oh, I'm hurt. No, you're not hurt. You just want to have sympathy. And he's paying the putas over there in Mexico, the prostitutes, just, hey, flirt with him the whole nine. And I'm saying the proper terms.
Yeah, I remember that and thinking, you asshole, kind of thing. Because obviously she's dopey enough to believe him. That's the thing.
Oh, man, we're just really going off the thing there. We're talking about putas. We're talking about mini hoes in different area codes there.
Sorry.
No, but that's the truth. All you have to play in the background there with Ace Austin getting the kisses. You take it back to 2001, the Rush Hour 2 soundtrack. Ludacris and the late, great Nate Dogg. I've got hoes in different area codes. Yeah, take it back. But nah, what this is, if Ace Austin, I can see him kind of scheming out there, but I don't want Ace Austin. It should be Tessa Blanchard, and we'll get to why it should be Tessa Blanchard at the end, but we're going for the undeniable one. First ever female X Division champ. Whoop, whoop. All right.
Yeah, whoop, whoop. I agree. That she deserves it more than anyone. She has literally gone against everyone, as in Fulton, Jake Christ, as in Sami Callihan. She's gone against so many. There's no one more deserving than her right now to be in that situation. She deserves it. So
that's the thing. What she did with the
knockouts.
Got
my votes, right?
Of course, and I think what she did with the knockouts division, I think it's cool. I mean, she could take on people that's close to her size, and we'll talk about why there was a little bit outrage when we get to the main event. But yeah, I got to go Tessa Blanchard all the way, every day. I go singing like Conan now, WCW, bow wow wow, yippee yo, yippee yay, viva la raza all day, every day, from the Lucha Libre to the WCW canal. All right, we'll be here all day. Anyway, next matchup.
Whoop, whoop.
Guy, we're sounding like superhuman. Just on a side note, why are you letting that jackass wrestle over there in Florida? I forgot what promotion it was, but he made his debut, and all this dude does is friggin' jump off a crap, and I'm gonna get slammed on the light tube. This is for the Juggalettes and the Juggalettes. Don't try to hope you like it. Whoop whoop. Fuck this shit up. Like, why are you making that guy wrestle? Like, and I know he's friends with Joey Janela, and they did the same stuff, but when he's jumping on Legos and barbed wire, like, why? Why? Just that's all I'm saying. You've seen Superhuman, right?
I've heard of him, but I don't know very much about him.
He's funny, and he's funny, and he just dives onto shit, and I'm just like, whatever. This is why people look at wrestling like, what the fuck? And I'm like, yeah, because this asshole is trying to do... That's why also this will get into a conversation why death matches really fucking annoy me, but we're not going to get in a rant there. Let's get to the next match.
No.
I'm gonna get worked up. I'm gonna get bowed up. So, anyway, next match. Nicola, here's the thing. So we've covered pretty much every match, from the tag titles, the gauntlet, the X Division, the knockouts, and the 6-man. Nicola, we're at the final three. We're at the top three of this pay-per-view. Next matchup, Michael Elgin, Big Mike, Unbreakable Michael Elgin, takes on Naomichi Marufuji. Marufuji is back. First and foremost, before I predict, Marufuji's back. Are you excited?
I am. I really like him. He's awesome. So yeah, I actually think Mike's got a challenge now. Whereas everyone else, he seems to have just been knocking down, knocking out, destroying in his path. But yeah, I am so psyched for him being back. That is awesome. Can't wait to see him do his thing. I really can't.
Last time we saw him was 2017 with Taiji Ishimori and doing his thing, but I look at it like this. As someone who's watched him all over, Pro Wrestling Noah, Japan, Ring of Honor, I remember where he wrestled the great Nigel McGuinness for Ring of Honor about 2006 to 2008 time frame. I was impressed with Naomichi Marufuji. I like Marufuji. Michael Elgin, this is a match he wanted. He's publicly stated, and I mean, he's tweeted, this is the one guy he's never faced, and he's pumped. He wants to wrestle Naomichi Marufuji. And if you guys listen to the Andre Corbeil thing that we did with Brian Cage wants to wrestle Marufuji because he's a legend, and he's great at what he does, at applying his craft. Now, Michael Elgin, he's been everywhere. Ring of Honor, New Japan Pro Wrestling. Yep. He's taken on the likes of Kazuchika Okada. He's taken on Kenny Omega. So, I mean, this is the one guy he hasn't faced. But I'm going to say this right now. This is going to be the show stealer. One of the show stealers. But I'm going to tell you this. Yes. But I'm going to tell you this. I got to go Big Mike. Cool. Big Mike, Unbreakable, Michael Elgin.
Yeah. Yeah, same. Because they're just going to destroy each other. But as you said, this is going to be one of the big matches that everyone's like, oh, can't wait to see. So this is one of the ones I am very excited about seeing. Because you've got two tough guys who are just going to kill each other, basically. And we all like seeing that, don't we? Destruction, chaos, and all that. So, yeah, you know.
It's crush, kill, destroy. That's what it is. I see your style. I like it. I know what you're talking about. I get you.
Of course you do.
Next matchup, the final two matchups. Legendary Ken Shamrock, UFC Hall of Famer, former WWF Intercontinental and Tag Team Champion, first ever NWA TNA Champion, takes on Moose.
Moose.
Okay, where to begin with this? All right. By the way, as soon as we said Ken Shamrock, and I love you, Hurls of the Heel Cast, but Hurls just ejaculated because for those that don't know, Hurls is a huge Ken Shamrock fan, and I love you, Hurls. It's not making fun of you. I know that you love you some Ken Shamrock, so I love you, Hurls.
Hold on. I get ripped for loving or liking Rosemary, so you know it's all part of it, really.
Yeah, true. I understand. It's all good. But no, here's what I look at it. First and foremost, Ken Shamrock is 55 years old. You could tell he's 55 years old. I saw him come out there in his shorts. He looks in great shape. He really does look in great shape. But I'm just like, Ken Shamrock in 2019? Really? Does he need to come back and have a match now? Because his last MMA bouts, we saw him get killed by the late, great Kimbo Slice. The only other time I remember him in TNA at the time was 2004 when I actually really got started watching the company. He did a thing with Jeff Jarrett, I think helping out Jeff Jarrett or something on one of the Wednesday night pay-per-views, which, by the way, before WWE Network was $9.99 here in the States, Nicola, $9.95 was the pay-per-views for the Wednesday night pay-per-views. So you get to pay $10 for some NWA TNA pay-per-views at the time. The weekly Wednesday night pay-per-views were $10 here in the States.
Wow, really?
Yes.
Wow, that's mad.
Yeah, so we got to pay $10 on a Wednesday night for some Impact Wrestling. That's why it's just like, you know, you're a wrestling fan and you're paying, before, like I said, the networks and all this stuff came into being with not GWM, but the Impact Plus app now. With all these streaming sites and stuff, this is when you had to pay like $45 for WWE at the time, and you had, and Impact, since it was starting with this Wednesday night pay-per-views, before they actually got to pay-per-view in late 2004, you'd pay $10 for the Wednesday night show.
Oh, really? Wow, that's mad.
Yeah, but
very mad.
Crazy times. But hey, we are where we are with this company, and we're all with professional wrestling as a whole now. But Ken Shamrock, man, you know, we saw them fight at the press conference. We saw him destroy Syndicate MMA, which hosts the likes of Stephan Bonnar, Ken Shamrock, and a lot of great Roxanne Modafferi, who was one of the top prospects in the female division for UFC. There's a lot of great fighters that have come through Syndicate MMA there in Las Vegas, Nevada. We saw Moose destroy Syndicate MMA. We've seen him and Ken Shamrock with the belly-to-belly and the dropkick and the ankle lock. We have seen the addition of Frank Trigg with Moose, which the last time we saw Frank Trigg in Impact was the TNA days, 2008, when he was a part of the Main Event Mafia, looking like Kurt Angle's twin brother.
Yeah, that was mad.
And the last memory I have of Frank Trigg was that god-awful match with AJ Styles in the MMA match at No Surrender, where everybody was chanting Fire Russo when We Want Wrestling, because I'll be honest with you, here's the thing, if you're going to do an MMA match, and I understand it that you want him to enter Frank Trigg's world, you know, he's a UFC Hall of Famer too, I give nothing but love and respect to Frank Trigg, but here's the thing, AJ Styles is not an MMA guy, he's pure wrestling, and I understand what they were trying to do with the story at the time, but it's like, you know how the fuck this is going to go. It's not his world. You know what I'm saying? And it's AJ Styles, one of the greatest, a phenomenal one. But I'm like, you think people are going to just go, hey, to this? No, it was shit. It was shit.
No, yeah, it was. Agreed. It was, because like you said, he's a wrestler, not a fighter. Or, you know what I mean. But yeah, I agree what you mean. Totally.
This is someone, as you and I both, we both respect both of their worlds, art forms, you know, both combative sports.
Of course.
But it's just like, yeah, that was just, bad memories. But yeah, 11 years later, resurfacing, Frank Trigg. He's with Moose. He's helping him out. He's doing his thing, help training him. So I'm going to say this right now. We saw what happened with Stephan Bonnar, which, by the way, that massive cut by Stephan Bonnar on his eye, my goodness. You saw that?
Yeah, that was mad. That was horrible. Not, well, just to look at it afterwards, but yeah, that was really bad. Was not impressed with that one.
But yeah.
Not in the slightest. It looked painful.
Now, we've seen Stephan Bonnar involved with Moose when he was feuding with American Top Team, with those that remember Dan Lambert and Colby Covington and all those guys over there in Florida. But you know what it is, too, now with this? I could see some interference from Stephan Bonnar. I could see some interference from Frank Trigg in this match. But since he beat Rob Van Dam, I think I got to go Moose for this one, Nikla. I'm going to say Moose, the Mr. Impact Wrestling as he calls himself. I got to go Moose with the victory over Ken Shamrock. No jackhammer required. Spear, 1, 2, 3. I got to go with Moose. Who you going with?
I'm going to go with Ken Shamrock, just because, not because I don't love Moose. I do, even if he does have the weirdest style or taste in clothing ever. And I'm kind of glad he stopped doing that, really, because, wow, yeah, bless him. But I do want to see, obviously, Ken Shamrock is back for a reason. So, obviously, they're going to try and make it, I want to see him beat Moose, but I obviously respect and adore Moose no matter what way I look at this, but Ken Shamrock for the 1, 2, 3 pin, just because obviously when they bring them back they always seem to have this winning spree kind of thing. So yeah, Ken Shamrock.
And
only because no matter how old, like I said, I've had a thing about age today, which is really weird of me, but you know, it doesn't matter how old they are, they can still kick ass in the ring, and I'm looking forward to seeing him. I don't know, yeah, he's going to cause some he's definitely going to hurt him, without a doubt. No matter what way. Whether he wins or loses, he's going to hurt Moose. So, Ken Shamrock, yeah.
Yeah. You know what it is, too, with that? I know you want to see him submit to the ankle lock from Ken Shamrock, that being Moose.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, all right. But, yeah, no. I'm fine with Ken Shamrock. And Hurls, once again, I love you because that's your boy. Ken Shamrock all day, every day. The world's most dangerous man. Whoop, whoop. Anyway, I digress. Hurls. Anyway, we're going. You know I love you, Hurls. All right. Anyway, we're going to we're going to the main event. It's Brian Cage. It's Sami Callihan. World Heavyweight title on the line. Now, when Andre and I were talking with Brian Cage, I did pick Brian Cage just because I want to see Brian Cage put a whooping on that boy, Sami Callihan. He hits Melissa Santos with the bottle at the wedding ceremony. He pile drives Melissa Santos and makes Brian Cage watch. Melissa, are you okay? Somebody get some help out here. Brian Cage is yelling, Melissa. It's not funny, but just his reaction. Melissa.
I like it. You're right, though. That is it, isn't it? Yeah.
Veins popping out of his head. Melissa, are you okay? She just got pile drove, Brian. What the hell do you think if she's okay? But anyway.
Yeah, I know, right? I know. It should have been get her to the hospital, not, are you okay?
Well,
what the hell?
That's the thing. Like, when he said, like, afterwards, I guess just the storytelling thing, this is just me being picky, but he should have just said, somebody get some help out here, like he said afterwards, but I'm like, did you really have to ask her if she's okay? Like, Brian, what the hell was that? Sounds like somebody else I know. What the hell was that? Where have I heard that for? I don't know. I guess I'm just walking. I'm a walker, damn it. Anyway, digress. A lot of inside jokes on this show today. We're talking about Brian Cage.
Hang on, we're in one of them frame of minds today, aren't we? That's why. It's because this is our relaxation time.
Yes. So, I mean, I've seen Brian Cage and Sami Callihan. I told Brian this. I said, from seeing what they did with the Jeremiah Crane persona and them fighting in Lucha Underground, to see it come into Bound for Glory, I've been digging it. I've been digging it. Sami Callihan, a lot of people, and I'm just saying Brian Cage because I think this will continue. But I'll be honest with you, in my heart of hearts, I think it is Sami Callihan's time. And this, with Tessa Blanchard as the X Division champion, I think she's going to cash in option C. And it comes in full circle with Sami Callihan and Tessa Blanchard for the World Heavyweight title. Which would cause, I know a lot of people have been outraged because a lot of people don't want to see Tessa Blanchard as the World Heavyweight champion. And don't get me wrong, she's a badass and she's a kick-ass when people talk about her size. She's short. She's a short girl, but she's very muscular. She's very tough. But I think that's what will come out of it. But I'm going to say Brian Cage because I think so, but I would not be shocked and I would not be surprised at all if Sami Callihan wins because I truly believe I think it is Sami's time. But for you, we'll start first with who you going with, Brian Cage or Sami Callihan, Impact World title on the line.
I'm going with Brian Cage because I want to, obviously he's been out for so long, so he hasn't actually had to, because of his back injury and whatever else he had going on at the time. But I want him to win anyway, but I'm with you as well on the same thing that it is Sami's time. He should be up there, and like you said, there'll be that circle if Tessa Blanca wins and all of that, then that'll be our rematch. But yeah, I do see like see a similar storyline from like last year when he did something else. I don't remember. Oh, it was Eddie's Eye, weren't it?
Yes.
Or something with a chair. So yeah, he kind of. So he's used to this kind of stuff, if you know what I mean. Like pole driving people and accidentally hitting them. But you could tell in his face he generally like didn't mean to do it. He come across like that, if you know what I mean. Even though you obviously know it's a story, whatever. But I do want to see. I do love Sammy. I'm not disrespecting him in any way. Absolutely adore that dude. He is a crazy fighter, and he just doesn't give a shit. He will go and keep going and keep going. So you do know this match is going to be something to watch without a doubt. But we shall see. But Brian Cage, even though I do think it's Sammy's time, so exactly the same thing as what you just said, basically.
Well, here's what's interesting. Last year at Bound for Glory was OVE against Brian Cage and the Lucha Brothers.
That's it.
And Sami Callihan was the first ever person to pin Brian Cage in Impact Wrestling.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in that case, he's definitely going to try his hardest then, isn't he?
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Now, with the follow-up to that, Sammy and Tessa, do you like that coming full circle for the world title? And do you agree with the backlash if Tessa Blanchard does happen to become the first ever female Impact World Heavyweight Champion?
I think it'll be awesome if she does, and I don't have a problem with it. Like I've said to you before, and I've said this many times, I do not have problems with intergender wrestling. Mm. It is wrestling. It's not physical, it is physical, but some people take it too far. Mm. And I know I'm going to get ripped for what I say now, but I actually like watching it. I don't see a problem. They both know what they're doing. They both signed up for it, so there shouldn't be any backlash for it. But I do agree. I am looking forward. If this happens, then I'm all for it.
I look at it like...
I've watched her and him fight. Like, they've done this before a few times, and they always do some brutal matches. So, yeah, bring it on. I'm happy if that happens. Actually, I'm excited if that happens.
Well, here's the thing, because I remember watching... Here's the thing. With Lucha Underground, obviously, there's a lot of intergender wrestling, and we see that with AAA, too.
Oh.
When Sexy Star won the Gift of the Gods Championship and the Lucha Underground Champion, I believe Sexy Star was the first ever, and I don't also agree with what Sexy Star... Here's the thing what pisses me off about her. Obviously, the Rosemary thing. I did not agree with that at all. That pissed me the fuck off.
No, me too. I did want to actually throw something at her because she acted like she hadn't done anything wrong.
The thing was, she wasn't mad at Rosemary. She was mad at the other girl who was in the bout, and forgive me about the name, but yeah, that's the thing. I think there was problems with her backstage with the girl who also was in the match, but it got taken out on Rosemary, which was just absolutely ridiculous, and it was just so effing unprofessional, and I was not happy. I was not happy with what she did.
Did you not see my tweets after it happened? I proper went mad ass on her.
I saw it. I'm trying to think of who the other girl was. Oh, Lady Shani. That was the girl. That was Lady Shani. And you know who else was in that match? Hamada, who was a former Knockouts tag champ with Awesome Kong. Hamada. That's the thing. Hamada's a badass, and I'm like, do you really want to piss off people like Hamada and all that? No.
I don't like Sexy Star, but that is only purely for what, obviously, like you've just said, because of what she did to Rosemary. But that was really bad. I saw the video after when it was online, and I just couldn't, like, she was tapping and she just weren't listening. So she was deliberately trying to hurt her, obviously. But they have obviously discussed that since then and whatever else, and that's all been put to bed or whatever. But
well, here's the thing here's the thing with Sexy Star. Sexy Star was the first ever female Lucha Underground champion. And now, she lost it right back to Johnny Mundo right there. But here's the thing. She won the title in Lucha Underground. Why not? Give it to Tessa Blanchard. Who cares?
Yeah, exactly. I agree.
Well, here's the thing. If people saw that in Lucha Underground and nobody was in outrage that Sexy Star won the title, she was one of the fan favorites in Lucha Underground, why does it matter?
No, it shouldn't matter. That's the thing. Too many people read into it well too much. Well too much.
And if China was the first ever female Intercontinental Champion, she beat Jeff Jarrett.
She was.
And and she lost it right after to Jericho. But I'm like, she's a 2-time Intercontinental Champion in the WWF. God rest her soul. She was good. I liked her runs with Jericho. That's people just look too whatever. Anyway, that's a whole nother topic. But we just predicted, all in all, Bound for Glory. It's this Sunday live on pay-per-view. Main event: Sami Callihan, Brian Cage, Impact World Title. Then we head right on into Access TV. There's a lot more to come with Impact. So, Nigel, I'm going to say this first and foremost. As always, it's a pleasure doing this with you. And if people want to see some fun stuff, check out Max Wrestling Podcast that I'm also on besides the Steve and Mike Show Podcast Network. Nikla knows this person as well. You can see my promo against someone Nikla knows very much, that being the Demoness in the Max Wrestling Promo Championship bout. Had a lot of fun with that. I mean, Nikla, you know about the Demoness.
Hello, mortal.
Hey, whoa. This is not the wrong podcast. Whoa, we'll save that.
Sorry. I'll put her back away. Don't worry. She just got, she's just come back to me, so she's kind of a bit more here than she should be right now. So hey, I apologise. She's been put away again. It's all good.
I've been to the dark side before. I don't need to go there right now. We're doing a prediction show. Hey, calm it down. But yeah, that's a different podcast. Max Wrestling Podcast. You could say to myself, take on the Demoness and the fun promo climax promo series challenge that we're doing. I'll put the link to the promo on the Max Wrestling YouTube so you can check out. What we did. It was a lot of fun. It was. It was a lot of fun.
It was, it was definitely something different. And again, I apologise. She's been put away now, so it's all good.
Right,
you've just got Nicola. She's gone for now.
Tame the Demoness right now, but we're gonna get into plugs in a second with social media. But yeah, guys, that was Bound for Glory. I'll put the links in the description, and for we've mentioned Lingerie Fighting Championship, Beauty, Strength, and Dominance. I'll put the website for everybody to check out. LFC 27. Become a VIP member. And watch Katie the Bombshell Forbes, take on Sheila Crash Cardinal at LFC 27. Links will be in the description below on my SoundCloud page, MC Larkin92, StephenMikeShow.com, SM Show on MCL92, Impact Rewind on Twitter. Links will be in the description. I'm everywhere. I'm here, I'm there, I'm everywhere. That's how I roll. I just tried to whistle like Hernandez. Not as good as Hernandez. Not as good as Supermax, but hey, I tried. My lips are dry anyway, so I digress. There's a throwback for you. Nicola, this is where I step back. Hello. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Let everybody know where we can find you.
Right, if you go on Twitter, you will find me under the Demoness, Nicola Mac 853. If you go on to Facebook, it's Nicola MacDonald, Dave Smith. Instagram, I actually still have not learnt this, so Larkin, you know this better than me.
Yeah, it's McDonald with numbers. I'll put it in there. You have like numbers next to your name. It's like 25389 or something like that. But I'll put the link to Nicola's Instagram if you want to follow her.
Yeah, thank you. And also make sure you listen to Max Wrestling. Also keep an eye out for Hill Team 6 as well and all the stuff that they're doing as well, because the Demoness is a part of that as well apparently. So, she is. So yeah. And I think that's about it, yeah?
Yeah, I'll put that in there. I'll put the Heelcast stuff where you can check out my stuff at the Heelcast. Bodega Wrestling Podcast, of course. Shout out to Jorge. Yep. And if you want to see... Jorge. Yes, and if you want to see, shout out to motherfucking Heel Team 6 all day, every day in the motherfucking building. Yay. I will put some Heel Team 6 in there as well. So, y'all got it. I appreciate you guys tuning into the third prediction show with myself for Bound for Glory. This Sunday live on pay-per-view. Nicola, you and I will be back for... possibly Homecoming, if we get Homecoming again back in January.
Oh, I can't wait.
So, as always, it's a pleasure. Nigel McDonald, do you have any final words to the fans listening, the Impact Wrestling fans?
Make sure you tune in on Sunday and watch Impact, because it's going to be a show that you do not want to miss.
So, for the crazy-ass bitch, woo, Nicola McDonald, my name is Mike Larkin. Thank you all so much for listening to another prediction show. We'll be back next time, and everyone have a great day. And check out Bound for Glory this Sunday live on pay-per-view. Talk to you guys next time.